Hey guys, back at again doing the weekend project. Today we're going to do something simple, easy, and fixable. We're going to go ahead and change the thermostat gasket on this bad boy. This is a 5 Series 525i. Pretty simple job, guys. Now the reason why I'm changing this is because over the past couple of days I've seen that there's been some leaking around the actual thermostat housing. Now for this 5 Series BMW, the thermostat housing is integrated one whole part. So you could actually have the option to buy the gasket that's leaking. This costs about maybe about 10-12 bucks, or if you want to go ahead and replace the whole thermostat gasket, this is it. This is made by Gates, and it's the whole assembly. Now there's nothing wrong with this thermostat. It's working well. It's just the gasket that's been leaking. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me see. So it's leaking. I don't know if you guys can see, but I could definitely see how it's leaking around the gasket there. You can see also the water coming down. So again, if you're interested if your thermostat's just leaking around the thermostat and you don't want to spend 70-60 bucks to change that, you just want to go ahead and change this gasket, you could do so. Or if you have a thermostat problem, if it's getting stuck, or if you have an error code on your check engine, this would be a perfect time to get that done. So I just wanted to show you guys how easy it is to change the thermostat housing gasket on this bad boy. So a couple things we're going to go ahead and do. First, we have to drain the coolant. Make sure you do this when the engine is cold. Don't do this when it's hot, because you could actually burn yourself. So let me go ahead and get this bad boy up in the air, show you where the proper way to drain the coolant, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take off the coolant reservoir cap, and that's because we're going to go ahead and get this bad boy up in the air. If you're at home, go ahead and use proper jack stands so you can secure your vehicle. I'm going to show you exactly where there is a petcock on your radiator on this 5 Series, where you can drain it easily without having to burn yourself or anything like that. So let me go ahead and show you real quick where it is, and then that way you can drain it, and then we'll go to the next step, guys. Alright guys, so to drain this bad boy, all you have to do, just make sure you have a nice catch pan ready to go. You're just going to go ahead and twist this bad boy, and then water should start coming out. So go ahead and let's go ahead and let this drain out, so that way we can remove that thermostat housing, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright guys. Alright, so now that we have the coolant drain, we're going to go ahead and do a couple things. We're going to remove the upper radiator hose and also the bottom radiator hose. Pretty easy job, guys. All you do is just get like a little pick like this, and we're going to go ahead and just pull this ring out. Just pull it out like so. And I have a catch pan ready, so whatever didn't come out should be coming out. So I'm just going to pull that out, and then I'm going to get this little electric connector, just get it out of the way, and then I'm also going to go ahead and gingerly just pry it out, and it should kind of come out like so. So this radiator hose, as you can tell, this snapped out, which shouldn't do that. So now I'm gonna need a new radiator hose. This should literally be clamped inside here. So now that we're on it, normally when you push it out, this should kind of just pop out like so. It's coming out. So I guess I was fortunate to do this job today, because imagine if you're out and about and this came loose. This shouldn't have come loose like it did. And again, this is a 2004 BMW, so it's about over more than 15 years old. This is the wear and tear of your vehicle, but normally you would just hold it from here and then pop it out. So this is coming loose. You continue taking that off. Just be patient. Let me see if I can grab a screwdriver and just try it out. Alright, so I guess it fell, but this is what it looks like. And again, this should have just been one whole piece like this. So when you do take it out, you just kind of put it out of harm's way. Alright, so once you remove this upper radiator hose from this side, we're going to go ahead and remove this electrical harness that's connected to the thermostat housing. Just grab a flathead screwdriver and just pop this out like so, and that's going to allow us to push up on this electrical harness. Just be careful, don't overdo it, but it'll come out like so. There you go. We're just going to go ahead and just get it out of the way. And the last, the lower radiator hose. Let me see if I can get you guys some lighting. You're just gonna, I'm gonna get a flathead screwdriver and just pop that. Oh, let me grab that. I'll grab it right now, but hopefully you guys can see that. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this clip out like this, and then I'm gonna gingerly just push on the radiator outlet there. I don't really like to do, because it's so brittle, I'm gonna put some penetration oil just around it so it can slide off easily, just a little bit like so. Just give it a couple seconds to soak, and that should definitely come out. Alright guys, so now that we remove that clip from here, we're gonna go ahead and pry this lower radiator hose. All I'm doing, I'm just putting my hand down here and just gingerly pushing it downwards, and that should free it up like so. And now that we have that out of the way, again, some penetration fluid helped it out. So now that we have that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and start removing some components up here. Now we're going to remove this. This is a 11 millimeter nut that we remove. The reason for that being is because this is actually a little bracket that you could use to hold the engine in place, but it's somehow connected here to the, let me show you guys, it's connected to this bolt that's holding the thermostat. So we're gonna have to remove this. So let me go ahead and get a 11 millimeter. We're gonna go ahead and take this out. Alright, let me get a little cheater bar. Or I can get this job done. Oh, it went down. Don't worry about it, guys. We'll get it right now. So once we remove this, just put it out of the way. Okay guys, so this is going to be a 13 millimeter bolt that we're going to go ahead and remove, and I'm using a deep socket to take that out. So let me go and do that real quick. So just go ahead and pry out that electrical connector and go ahead and put the socket. We're going to go and remove it, and this shouldn't be torqued too much. Alright, so once you get that loosened up, you want to go ahead and just get the socket and remove it by hand, because with that ratchet you're not going to be able to take it out completely. And see that bracket that I was talking about? Don't forget that when you put everything back, that bracket has to also go in there as well. So it's going to be the bolt, and then this bracket. Now that that's removed, once we remove the thermostat, that's going to go ahead and allow us to remove it. So let's go ahead and take the other bolt, and it's right there. I believe that's a 10 millimeter bolt. So I'm going to go get that real quick. Alright. And for this setup, I'm actually using a 1/4 ratchet. See if I can find it. Where did I put it at? I'm using a 1/4 10 millimeter socket and a 1/4 ratchet. Just put this bad boy in here, and it should come out like so. Alright, let me go ahead and get that out by hand. That should pop out. Alright, and here we go. So again, just make sure that you don't lose the position. So this is the first top pair, and now we're going to go ahead and get the ones at the bottom. Let's see if I can get you guys some lighting, because it's going to be a little bit difficult to show you. But let me see if I get the camera inside. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see there's this other bolt right there, and then another one over here. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of lighting where the other bolts are. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out, and they are going to see if I could show you guys. Alright, there we go. Alright, taking that one off. Let me see if I can take it out by hand. Alright, so it's still in there. So I have big hands, guys. Sorry, I can't take it off with. So let me continue ratcheting it out, and then we'll go to the next one, okay? Okay guys, so the last and fourth bolt It's right here. I don't know if you guys could see that, but this is the last one that I'm taking off, and I wish I could show you guys a better position of it. Maybe put my camera down as far as I can, but this is coming out, and hopefully once I take the actual part, I can show you guys where that bolt is. So let me go and remove it, and then I'll show you guys once we pull it out, okay? Alright guys, so I got that last bolt out. So just to kind of give you guys an idea, the two bottom bolts are the same size, and then the top one and the other one different sizes. So now that we have that removed, now we can definitely go ahead and pry it out like so, and see how we're going to maneuver it out like so. And this is the problem. See this gasket? You could tell it was ripped. We got some lighting. You could tell it was kind of ripped from here. It's basically it's seen better days. So again, if your BMW has a coolant leak and it's coming down, and you notice it's coming down from the top here, the bottom, is due to your gasket. Now if you're on a budget, you can't just purchase the thermostat housing gasket. I got this from AutoZone. This is a part number in case you're interested. And all you do, you just go ahead and take this out. Let me see if I could get my, where's that pick at? Oh, here we go. Just get a little pick. Just start from one corner. Just pull it out. And it should come out like so. Again, there's nothing wrong with this thermostat, but it's leaking little droplets. It just gets, I just get annoyed. So this is the old one. See how flat it is, and this is the new one. Just make sure if you're gonna put that gasket, make sure you clean it really nice. And again, there's nothing wrong with this thermostat. This thermostat's this is a original BMW one. So I mean, you might as well, if you're here, you could change it and just put a new one. But to be honest with you, just this gasket is giving me a bad time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swap this bad boy out. Let me just go ahead and clean this, make sure there's nothing in there. Let me open this bad boy up real quick. And all it is, it's a dummy proof, so you can't get this wrong. Just go ahead and put it, let me see, I'm putting it backwards. There we go. See how, and then just go ahead and seat it evenly. Just make sure it goes all the way. Alright. And again, I just hate to throw a perfectly working part, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace it, put it back. But before I do, just make sure you clean that. Let me see if I can get a good scraper here real quick. Get that out of the way. Here we go. If you have something like this, that you can use to clean off anything that's alright. That looks good. Alright guys, so once that's been properly cleaned, we're gonna go ahead and put this bad boy back in reverse order. So I'm gonna do that. Make sure it's nice and seated. That way there's no leakage when you put it back. Looks good. Alright. Let's get this old. See if I get you guys some lighting here. And we're just gonna put it back the same way we took it out. Gingerly place it back, and this is where you want to be careful. Remember, we have to sandwich that bracket. See if I can get you guys some lighting. This bracket here, we have to sandwich the actual thermostat underneath it, and then the bracket's gonna go behind here. So let me see if I can show you that in action. Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so just bear with me here. See if I can show you guys how it's done. There we go. So now thermostat's there, and the bracket, it's right there. So now we're gonna go ahead and start putting the bolts back. Just make sure it's nicely seated. Alright guys, so to get the bottom bolts, you want to start them by hand. Get a feel for them before you even start torquing them. Luckily I have small hands, so my hands could fit in here. Do not use a ratchet, electrical ratchet, to put them in here, because you could definitely strip those bolts and the insides of them. So make sure you take your time getting these in, and then we're gonna go ahead and do everything in reverse order, guys. We're gonna go and just put these, I have to get another hose. I'm not even gonna bother putting that back, so I'm gonna order a replacement on that. But once you get that torqued, just put the little harness. Don't forget to put back that this nut, and make sure that when you put back the coolant, this is the coolant I have. If you have Walmart Plus, you could order these online. I paid about, I think it was $11 each one, free shipping. So this is specifically for BMW, all of the European cars, Audi, Mercedes. $10 each one. Now for an automatic, you will need about 10.6 liters of coolant, and if it's a manual, you're going to need 10 liters of coolant. So each one of these is almost 4 liters. So I'm going to order one more, just because I know I'll be short, so that way I can make sure it's properly filled. And also, you need to bleed your air, bleed the coolant system. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you steps where you can, how to bleed it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to show you, just because I have to order this replacement part, just because this really came out. It shouldn't have come out. See, so I guess it's kind of glued in there, and it's also clamped in. So I apologize, I'm not going to be able to show you how to bleed it, but I'll go ahead and leave instructions at the end of the video how to bleed this properly. Again, everything else is in reverse order. Go and install it, but hopefully this helped you out. Again, this is most economical way to fix that leak on that gasket. And again, nothing's wrong with the thermostat, so I hate to change it, but I'm going to go ahead and definitely encourage you guys to do this job in case you have that leakage. Hopefully this video helped you out. Thumbs up, subscribe. Have a blessed rest of the evening, guys. Be safe.